Today I'm going to look at 4 more models, and they're not exactly as seen in this picture. The red Discovery we did actually cover in the last video, so a model that arrived just in time to be included was a forward control Land Rover, but we'll see more of that shortly. First up we have another Land Rover Discovery, and in this case it's a Discovery 4 and it's in Baltic blue, and the code number is 76DIS004. The first thing that strikes you is that this vehicle is so dark in colour that it's virtually black, although it's down as Baltic blue. Nevertheless, it's yet another nice model. Comments of the previous video apply to this one. Everything's nice and crisp. Again, being a dark colour, some of the detail doesn't stand out that well, but a nice model overall, nevertheless. One thing to mention, whilst I was doing the final editing for the previous video and viewing it on a large screen, I noticed that the rear windows at the back had a tendency to pop out. They could easily be pushed back in, with a bit of gentle pressure. And I think it maybe happened during transit, a bit of rough handling in the postage. But it's worth looking out for, nevertheless, if you get one of these delivered. As I said earlier, this one arrived in the post just in time to be included in this video. It's of a Land Rover forward control, and it is a general service vehicle. And it's from the Gulf War 1991, and the code number for this one is 76LRFCG003. Now these are big vehicles in real life, so the models are somewhat larger than say the Discoveries. So just bear that in mind. The packaging complete is about twice the size of say the Discoveries or the Defenders. So if you're tight for space in your collection, just bear this in mind. They've really captured these quite well. They were initially supplied to the forces, and then eventually they found their way into private hands when they were disposed of. And I do remember one being used at a local garage for towing in breakdowns, and it was quite a beast. Everything seems to be there. The colours nice. All the decals are really well applied. Yeah, these are really good. 3 to collect in the GS form, and then there's also models of the later hard tops. There was about 2 or 3 different body styles. So there's quite a few of these to collect, but they do take up a bit more space. We now come to the 6-wheeled Range Rovers in the form of Airfield crash tenders. This one is a TACR2 in the Queen's Flight, and its code number is 76TAC002. Now these are a fairly unusual model. It's a 6-wheeled Range Rover with massive conversion to make it into airport crash tender, and this one has been made up in the livery of the Queen's Flight, and really is a superb little model. All the equipment and everything's there. It would have been nice if the rear doors shutter door would have opened, but nevertheless, I mean, it's one of the best I've seen of any of these 6-wheeled Range Rovers. I do believe it might have been Corgi or Dinky did one years ago, but Matchbox, it was maybe Matchbox, but this is streets ahead of that, and all the detail on the roof, etc., and the ladders. But it was reassuring to have one of these racing towards you when you really needed it. But all the details there. really cool. The paint finish is really nice, and the little details picked out. A lot of light detail around the front. That's really pleasing. But, yeah, really nice model. The comment about the size is also applicable to this one. The packaging is about 2.5 times the size of, say, a Defender in the same scale. So again, if you're short of space, bear it in mind. And for the last one in today's video, we stick with the same body shell, and it is also an airport crash tender. This time it's in the red and black livery, and it comes up as a TACR2 RAF Pink Panther. And the code is 76TAC003. Now this is basically the same casting as the previous model, but we've revised decals, etc. And the paint scheme looks quite striking. Now I wasn't going to collect any more variations on the ones I already have, because the collection is getting rather large. But many years ago, whilst visiting what we had here in the UK, was the Radio 1 Roadshow. Now, it was one of the national radio stations that went round seaside venues, etc., during the summer with live acts, etc. And I pitched up at one of these, and there they had a 6-wheeled Range Rover. It was part of a publicity thing that they used to tow one of the caravans round. And I was so taken that somebody could do this to a standard Range Rover, and I've loved the vehicle ever since. So when I spotted one of these on the shelves, I just had to have it. And then of course there was another one and another one. Apparently there's up to 7 currently to collect, so I think I've got 3 now, so I'm going to have to be looking out for more of these. Just, I don't know, something about them, but it's probably just me. Anyway, that's about it for this video. I hope you found all this lot useful. One thing I will mention, that I have no affiliation to Oxford or any other things. These videos are produced purely for the love of it. They're not for profit. The website is not for profit. It's just to help people who want to get more from the hobby, and I hope you guys are enjoying them. And if you like more, then I'm quite happy to make them. But until the next time, we'll see you again soon. Happy collecting!